My friend, welcome and welcome back to my space. I'm recording this message. It's Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. It says I'm live, but I'm not sure. Might be a delay. There we go. Just a second. Feeling extra grateful for today. Things do come through right on time, especially for me right now. When it comes to my clientele, all of them, mostly all of them, I'd say 90% were referred to someone that I know personally, right? And have been with me since I started doing this, pretty much like 5, 6 years or whatever. And it's not that, I tend to work with people who, I would say they don't come to me for readings like unless like 3 or 4 month space of time, typically with readings that I give. And I like that. To me, that is an indicator that you are what I say resonate. Obviously, they come back, but also work is being done. You know what I'm saying? I can say from experience, when you get readings like all the time, like every couple of days, or just a whole bunch of different tarot readers or psychics, and it's kind of coming from a state of anxiety, and not trusting or doing the work and things like that. But when you get the message and then you do the work and it's like, oh, okay, that has passed, but now, you know what do I do? Or this is how the situations change, whatever, right? So even though I do read for people, a lot of the times I have a lot of space where I don't give personal readings and it's just collective. Well, hello there, Mr. Puzzle. How you doing? So I'm grateful because it like again it comes right on time. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. For the past 5 years now, almost 6 years, I have been living day to day. Okay. When it was going down with the coronas, right? I felt it inside, like, yo, something is happening. I didn't know what, but for me, it meant because at the time I was in my master's program to get licensed as a therapist. I was working for a company that offered mental health services for people, especially, geared to lose weight, right? I guess it's still a pretty popular app, but at the time I was there when it first started. It was a startup, right? And I quit both. I quit both and I started doing this. And I went, at that time, I had the means, what I'm saying, with cashing out on money. I received money. My mother had passed away. So um, me and my siblings, was able to split up what she had set up for us. So for, a good little while, I was like, okay, I'm going hard. Like I'm like, this is how I want to help people. Going the therapist office route was not for me. So I started my other channel that got deleted, but I kept going, you know what I'm saying? But around 2022, like I was spent. And ever since then, I have been living day to day. If every day I don't go out and try to make something happen with getting bills paid, I mean, it was down to the wire at that time where I was literally about to, like, I was getting like, oh, you're gonna go through eviction, but I'm still here. I'm still here 3 years later after that point, and I haven't been late since. I want to get emotional. But, you know, I thank God for my family, and that includes my soulmates, the people that show up, you know, share space up with me here, you know, get readings, or for whatever reason, support me in any way. It always comes through right on time. And I said, like, I'm like this, I'm not going back to, you know, anything. And of course, it gets difficult, especially having children. I could really seem crazy to a lot of people. Like, if you die today, like, what's going to happen? Well, my plan is not to die today or tomorrow or years from now. My plan is, you know, when I say when I leave, they'll be set up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want them to be so connected to me or attached to me that when I transition, you know, it's, you know, of course it's going to be hard, especially when you care about, when you love somebody, but they're going to get it. Like, they're going to know that, you know, it's a change and mature enough and things like that. So the concern sometimes is still there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, uh, the first is like 9, 10 days away. I still don't have, you know, my whole rent. You know, other bills are paid. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, with, you know, my children and things like that, I've been telling them that, you know, we're gonna go do something. And over the past couple of days, some readings came through after, again, like, it was at least 6 weeks of not, you know, no readings. You know what I'm saying? And I could say, you know, oh yeah, that's money towards rent, and it is. But no, today I'm gonna go out and do with them what I said I was going to do. Go have some fun, spend some money, because it does come and and it goes. And I'm not sure when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when I'm going to get to another space. Because for the most part, I've never been concerned about money. Before, when I was working, you know, getting steady paychecks, I would just work more. I would just get a degree. And um, it came to a point, especially, you know, my first, you know, my Saturn return, my first one. Hopefully, I'll get to my second. That's the plan. But my Saturn return is when I really started, you know, school. Saturn's in the third house for me. So it's like, okay, you are a relationship expert. You help people. You know people. How you like? Let's get to it. So that's when I got my bachelor's. You know what I'm saying? But again, when it came, you know, around 2020, it was like, all right, well, it's good that you started this way, but this is not really how you're supposed to do it. It's your own way. You're a very intuitive person, and you get people, and you've been in situations where you've been so wrapped up in connections and relationships that, you know, this is how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, with my YouTube, at first, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm about to get like 200K subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Get me this YouTube social media check. Nah, it's like you don't rely on anybody. Like no, like I should say, no entity. You know what I'm saying? You and your people, y'all support each other. Y'all keep it together. Y'all do it in that way. That's who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I get something from me, I'm going to the thrift store. Yeah, I like, you know, some new things from the store every once in a now and again or whatever. But I keep things for years. That's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? Is I pay attention, and I'm grateful, and I value things. You know what I'm saying? So we support each other. And y'all came through this. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how it play out. All right. What's going on, Lawrence Fields? But yeah, I'm gonna show myself. I gave myself until September. Like, that's my deadline to really go into it, because God been telling me, like, listen, what you do for your creativity with this message is great. You know what I'm saying? They are helpful, they help people, whatever. But show up and talk about your life and what you've experienced, because it surely is a movie. So that's my deadline. My next solar return, September 30th. I don't know if I'm gonna start a new channel. I'm 80% sure I'm gonna keep it on this channel with me showing up, being present as myself, because I don't show the camera on myself doing these messages just because, I mentioned before, like, I make weird faces sometimes. Again, it's like 50% self conscious and 50%. I don't know how to really describe it, but I feel like less pressure. Like when the camera's on me, there's like an energy force that is like a blockage. I don't know really how to say it, but this like it just helps me to be smooth. So this is how I do when I do tarot messages or just intuitive shit. When I'm just rambling about myself without the tarot, then yeah, I'll be I'll show up. But let's just see today at this time who's up next. At this sign at this time, what sign is up next? Okay. Taurus. Okay, shout out to wherever you have Taurus. What area of life is being highlighted for Taurus right now? What area of life is being highlighted for Taurus? Whoa. The second house. So this may be an Aries rising. Most likely you have Taurus in the second house. If you are an Aries rising, don't have to be um, specifically for Aries risings people, but Taurus placements, whatever placement you have in Taurus, your second house is showing up, and that is the house of your personal resources. It is a house that uh, indicates where you have talent, especially talent that can help you establish your own personal resources. For me, it's a house that represents like your heritage, your lineage, where um, you come from. It could be a house where you get stuck in. Okay, we got the 12th house on the bottom of the deck. All right, so what energetic influence is being highlighted for Taurus right now? Yeah, the second house also self-worth, Um, let's see what energy. Ooh, Mars. Yee. Okay, like Mars and Taurus gives like I'm not budging. I said what I said. Like I'm a die on this hill, or however that saying goes, right? Mars and Taurus. Um, okay, let's talk about it. Spiritually, with Mars and Taurus in the second house. Spiritually, energize your beliefs patiently. Make it make sense, right? Mentally, confront the cost of what you want. And then physically, force yourself to use the most direct way and get what you need, right? Tell me more about Mars and Taurus in the second house right now. Could be really passionate about what's yours, okay? Protective, even confrontational. All right, let's see. We are talking, the masculine is here. So, absolutely, 80% this is likely, I'm talking about a physical man, a biological man, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the action taker showing up right now. Poseidon just popped into my head. Listen, it's still sometimes to say what I get because I don't. Sometimes it's like, where did that come from? It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But I say what I get. So maybe it makes sense, or somehow Poseidon's story or whatever. I don't know. We got the clover, the snake. Okay. The sun, the whip, and the letter. So right now, when it comes to somebody's, I do feel like this is about their personal resources, right? They're taking action to make it happen for themselves. Because when I get the clover, to me, that's making your own way. Also with the clover, things are stepping stones. I just got 1 to 3 months. So whatever is working or happening for this entity right now, this Taurus, this masculine vibe here, taking action, it whatever comes, it's like a stepping stone. It's not really intended to last for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? So with Mars and Taurus, be aware of being too stubborn. You know what I'm saying? Trying to force something to work. It's not. Um, it's to help keep you going toward the goal. I just got exploit talent. Somebody may feel like their talent is exploited, or um, whatever it is they do, like the market is very much oversaturated. Like it could be very hard right now. Someone could be frustrated that they're doing what's that word? Menial? It gives a vibe of like demeaning type things, like menial jobs. Like I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Like something like that. Fortitude. All right. So shout out to wherever you have Leo. Um, you still have Mercury in Leo, right? It's Virgo, the start of Virgo season right now. Sun in Virgo season. But courage, strength, brave, confident. This person is showing up as confident, brave. Leo does it their way. Okay, Leo, is it Frank Sinatra? I did it my way, or whoever, Jay-Z. Okay, whatever. I did it my way. So I can have a North Node in Leo. It's not, but destiny for sure. The North Node, the guiding light is being highlighted here too. Okay, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Three of Wands, King of Wands, Princess of Wands. Okay, so with this Ten of Wands in reverse, this Taurus has likely experienced some type of upheaval with uh, their status. Maybe they had a particular position in their career or within a family dynamic. But with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, okay, it's kaput. You know what I'm saying? This gives a vibe of starting over. Like maybe I was some type of manager or president or had some type of prominent position. Or if it wasn't like that, maybe I was just really stable. You know what I'm saying? I had it all. And like right now, it gives starting over vibes. But I like it because it's like, okay, let's go then. Let's go because we got Sun in Aries. Sun in Aries is like the visionary, the Three of Wands. What do I want to accomplish? Okay, or what am I, envisioning right now for my path? With the King of Wands, there's a lot of fire. So Taurus is up here, but Leo, um, yeah, Aries, Leo, Aries is in the building, so they can have this, like maybe like a fire moon or something like that, right? This person is fired up. We got the Princess of Wands. That's like, okay, let me see how, like, I'm willing to go out there and see what happens. Okay, not that this has happened. I just got nothing to lose. Maybe there's like a nothing to lose type vibe too. Like I might as well just go for this right now. You know what I'm saying? And, okay. Tell me more about this bravery, this brave heart. This person that's saying, I'm gonna make my own way. All right, fine. This title was stripped of me, or this security that I had, maybe even just for a little while, like that's done. Now what? Mars is lit for this person right now. Okay? Strong Leo. They're they checking it, they tapped into their Leo right now for sure. Okay. Mm. Mm. Somehow there was something a little bit. Something was done dirty. I don't think it was Taurus. I'm gonna call this okay. When Taurus came out, so I'm gonna call them Taurus, right? I don't think that Taurus did this. Something sneaky. Somebody was calculating with the Seven of Swords about not giving Taurus what they were owed. Something he was unfair and balanced when it comes to like money or something like that. Like it was unfair. I was supposed to get this and I didn't, or I should have qualified for this support, but I didn't. Like I don't know why. There is like there's a sadness, you know what I'm saying? Although this person is very much brave right now and moving forward and saying, okay, I'm going to make it happen. Still emotionally, like this hurts. You know what I'm saying? And with this King of Swords here, I feel like this is the person that Taurus was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like a liar. I just got overachiever in my head, so I don't know where that goes, but whatever. Um, King of Swords in reverse. Somebody, their intention was to manipulate and not give what they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me get two more on this King of Swords. Who is that? This person could have took it all. You know what I'm saying? With this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, this King of Swords in reverse could have took the credit for something, or they got the house, they got the title, or they got all the money or the support that Taurus was supposed to get, or something like that. Or something was in balance. Like this King of Swords didn't give anything. They only took, or they gave very, very little. Strong earth vibes here. So this is likely Taurus's energy, but whoever this is that's showing up that's dealing with this King of Swords, this is a resourceful person. They share. They the Queen of Pentacles is about their business. Um and the Hermit. So someone pretty much kind of dedicated. A big part of their personality is service to others. Um uh, may not have a big circle, but still very helpful to others. I'm going to say that's Taurus. And it's like, despite helping this, something happened. Okay, Taurus was dealing with somebody that it was like, I was giving and they took everything. This is like in a material sense, money, a house, a title, something like that. But I'm getting like Taurus is taking it very much in stride. Like this Mars energy is going towards moving forward, not being bitter. Okay, Nine of Wands in reverse. Like I'm not gonna struggle about this, but Eight of Swords. Like all right, I need to figure it out, and maybe without a lot of emotional support. Three of Cups reverse. Again, this like I don't get like somebody that has maybe somebody that they can readily say, "Oh, I need help" or some type of support. I don't think Taurus, even if it could be there, I don't see that Taurus sees that as necessarily as an option. Maybe they don't want to be a burden, but some for whatever reason, Taurus is like, I don't have a lot of emotional support, but they're handling it. What is the advice for Taurus? I just got the word dismay. So that must be a particular type of sadness. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I can't believe it type vibes. Like that's so unfortunate that you decided to be like that. I'm gonna keep it moving though. Like you didn't have to lie. This is straight manipulative. The King of Swords reverse and the Seven of Swords. You intended to play somebody. You did. Okay. Page of Cups, Temperance, yes, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Pentacles. You got it, Taurus. Okay. You got with a liar, a straight liar. It's giving like a Ponzi scheme. It's like a scheme. All right, like you put your half in, I'm gonna put my half in, and then and they didn't do anything. They lied. All right. What's going on, Sam? I don't know who's here, but during these ones, when I do my ramble messages, you can ask personal questions if you want to. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't want people all up in your business and things like that. So I get it. But I also have a link in the description box for personal messages too, if you want to. I'm just saying. But your advice, Taurus, is Eight of Swords in reverse. Didn't I see the Eight of Swords somewhere? Maybe it was over here before. I did see the Eight of Swords. Like, you know that you're not stuck. You know what I'm saying? That you don't have to keep running this over and over in your mind. Like, you know that you are freed up. Again, I feel like it's difficult because it's like, damn, I was supposed to get something and now like it's totally gone. You are going to have to, like, the mental space is not where it's at right now, Taurus. Like your third house, thinking about this too much, don't do that, because I got the Nine of Swords in reverse too, and we got the High Priestess. So right now you're just really going to have to trust in yourself, trust in those gut feelings when you feel like, okay, I'm going to try this and I'm going to do that. Thinking about it too much is not where it's at. All right, tell me more about this Eight of Swords reverse. All right, D7 sun, like 1 minute. All right. Look, see, don't worry. They got their own thing that they got to do. You know what I'm saying? With this Hermit in reverse, it's like, all right, you helped the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this was like a helpful situation. Maybe Taurus said, all right, I'll help you this time. Like, or I'll help you and you'll give this back to me, and it just didn't happen. Like this Hermit in reverse is giving me vibes like, listen, all right, you know, that's what they chose to do. They chose to take advantage. They got their own self reflection to do on that. Because again, with the Seven of Swords coming out, again, maybe that's just how they are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how they feel they got to live their life. Manipulate people to get what they want. Okay. It could be authentic. They be their place of instinct. Like that's just how they are, or that's how they choose to be. All right. And I ain't none of your business to try to figure out or interject your own opinion on what they should be. You know what I'm saying? Keep focused on, you know, what you're doing right now. And the Ten of Pentacles is here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have lived together or something like that, but you know, you'll get it back. All right, Taurus. D7 sun. Let's see what's going on. What am I allowed to know? D7 sun. Let's see what area of life is showing up for you. I'm gonna just say sun, okay? Like sun, not the meaning like you my son. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, but sun. What area of life is being highlighted for sun right now? What do they need to know or validate for them? I don't know. When I have to do more than once, it's like eighth house maybe or something like that. Let's see. Okay, the ninth house. So the first thing I got is expansion. Okay, I am getting like, you know, maybe law school. So, you know, even if you're not interested in like law school, like something about giving advice to others, or maybe you're seeking advice. But the ninth house also has to do with travel, but expansion overall and wisdom. So wisdom is showing up for you, expansion, either seeking it or giving it, both or whatever. That's what's showing up for you right now. And the seventh house. So we got a little sextile going on. You know what I'm saying? This could be happening, with another, some type of partnership or something like that. And with the seventh house here, there is also a strong vibe here. I am getting court type things like law or something like that. So this could be personal to you, like some type of um, court proceeding or something like that. But especially since I got the ninth and the seventh house here, I am getting a strong vibe around, court, the system, or something like that. Whether that's an interest or you're gonna get some kind of personal help for you doing that. Ooh, get the letter. So official communication. This is official correspondence here. Official meaning like about business, right? This is not necessarily my card of, friendly communication. It's like some type of official correspondence. I'm getting like a vibe around an answer, like an official answer that you probably are waiting for from a court or some type of official place here. Yeah, we got the coffin here with the mountain. So what I'm getting, son, is this communication will officially put an end to a difficult process. We got the mountain here so that you can move forward, like success. It's kind of giving like a vibe of like maybe like a settlement or something like that. Okay, I'll get to you, Sam. It gives a vibe of like a settlement. Tell me more about this, situation. There's a lot of sevens up here, and that's my number for a message of change. Okay, and it has to do with somebody. It has to do with somebody else, and maybe a mother. If you've been going through something difficult that has to do with like a mother or a matriarch figure, like it's like the conclusion is showing up here. Five of Wands reverse, Seven of Cups reverse. There was some type of investment here, son, that's showing up here that has matured or something like that. Like I'm getting the end of confusion. Do you even know about this? Because it's also giving a vibe of you not putting a lot of energy into it. Like you saying, I don't even know how that's going to go. So I left it alone. Let me just get three more. Mm. Son, I will say, uh, over the next 3 months, I got three. So 3 weeks, 3 months, three something. Okay. I don't I say what I get, and I'm not really like a time person. We do have the sun here, judgment. So it could be like from like August to maybe like early December as far as a time period. But something that it seemed like okay, it's final, it's over. There's gonna be another look at it, like something's gonna be illuminated. And there's going to be like a final and a final conclusion that I feel like you feel vindicated. Okay. I hope that, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I get. Damn. What's what's the vibe between Sam and David? What's the vibe between Sam and David? The stars. Okay, so that is like the highest ideal for one or both of you feel this way. I'm kind of feeling like, maybe more so on your side that like this is everything, this is what I want, or he represents all the characteristics that you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it in him, but or you want to see it in him, but that's what he represents. This is also my Aquarius type card. Aquarius card. We got success and we got paths. So let's see. It's looking good so far. Okay, very casual. Okay. How is what is how is Sam showing up to David? How does David see Sam? Let's do that. Because I'm getting success here. Like this has a lot of potential. Okay. With the key and the stars, how is how is Sam authentically showing up for David? The Ace of Cups. I like this. You're showing up as secure emotionally. Like this doesn't give like emotion, like just like how you said, like it's casual, but you don't mind it because you like yourself. This is like I love myself. This is like that card for me. Like so you're showing up as like self-love. And I just got like not willing to compromise that. I'm getting like cancer vibes around you too for whatever it is. Like maybe you're a nurturing person or you have some type of cancer placement or fourth house placement. Like you're showing up as like a nurturing person, but for yourself too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if you had experiences where that wasn't always true, but that's how you're showing up right now, as self love, Ace of Cups, and to the point where you have enough to extend to others, right? Yeah, so Ten of Swords, what I'm saying, there is some a difficult situation there. And let's see how David is showing up to you with this connection. So a lot of potential. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep it moving with this one. Uh, it looks like it's a go. Okay, how is he showing up to stand? Like, how does authentically? Um, how do you see him? Let me get another one. Okay, it came out Eight of Swords. Okay, Three of Swords reverse. So he's like you're more in the mental space with him. We have the Eight of Swords. Like I'm not really. There's a lot of thoughts you have about him, but Three of Swords in reverse. There is kind of like a trust thing there. You know what I'm saying? And not that you don't trust him or you don't see him as trustworthy. It just gives me a vibe of like, let's just see where it goes. Um, as far as trust. So maybe like a little Scorpio vibe there too. But I mean, I'm not getting this as necessarily like a bad thing. Like you're wondering too much. It just seems like okay, because Three of Swords is like kind of like my trust energy. You know what I'm saying? High Priestess reversed. We got the Moon. Maybe he seems a little bit is the Scorpio vibe on his side? It's like a Scorpio vibe on in his side. Maybe he has Scorpio placements or something seems a bit, he keeps close to his heart or something like that. It's like a vibe of like maybe figuring him out or let's just see. You know what I'm saying? I'm just willing to see what comes to pass. So I don't necessarily get like anything, no red flags so far. Oh, he's born in February. Okay, so that's like a um maybe an Aquarius type Pisces. All right, so let's get a overall card, but as far as the connection, what would be the theme or the lesson or the experience when it comes to Sam and David? So I'm not getting anything no like on either side. You know what I'm saying? You are showing up just very open, like okay, caring or whatever. And then as far as you to him, it's more like a okay, we'll see where it goes. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. To me this is saying it is worth the investment. The Seven of Pentacles is about planting the seed, nurturing the garden, and you can expect to have, yield some type of harvest from it. So I would say this is a good connection between you two. Okay, I would say that it is worth it. And you might find like, oh my goodness, this is everything. Because the key is not, that to me, this is overall. I have a card here that does represent, money, material success, but this is like success overall. And like most, if not all your endeavors, it's just, it's very fruitful. So I'm asking about your connection. And with the stars here, and you said he was February, which is most likely going to be Aquarius or maybe even Pisces or something like that. But this is it's showing up as very positive. Yes, just remain chill, okay? Because there is a lot of air energy, mental energy showing up on your side in reference to him. And again, there is something here about trust. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he says something or something like that. And you're like, okay, like it's almost like a computer, like you're taking in all the information. Because the Eight of Swords is Jupiter and Gemini, like a lot of information or a lot of communication or a lot of mental processing, right? To the point where it's like analysis paralysis type vibe. Um, and again, you did get the Ten of Swords, so maybe there's like a particular situation that was so like hard to go through. It's like that is not happening again. So you might be hyper aware of like certain things, but it's not coming from like a you're showing up as the Ace of Cups. So it's not necessarily coming from like a hurt space or trying to make somebody prove something. I would just say that you're just very hyper aware of certain things. Oh, he is very okay. So the Ten of Swords is on his side. Like, okay, so this might be you again, something there. Something is there about trust. You know what I'm saying? So um overall still is showing as worth the investment. This is just a seed. This is not jumping all in, living together. Like, no, this is planting a seed and nurturing each other. You know what I'm saying? Taking, this is also a card of time and effort, you know. So if you do see that he is oh, and you're a Virgo sun. So again, you pay attention to the details, especially the devil in the details. You know what I'm saying? You're very, and that could be difficult too. Like you pay attention and you put it in your back pocket. So especially if you're noticing that, oh, okay, like he's still kind of in a very hurt space, broken space. You know what I'm saying? Um, with the Three of Swords, like yeah, I'm not willing to be betrayed or again like a trust factor there. But overall, taking it slow, and if you see like the potential there, like there's a lot of potential here, good or whatever. Again, don't waste your time. Don't give more than what you have. But it is showing that if this is something that you can nurture or allow him to, his space to continue to whatever that, it'll be good for both of you. That's what I'm getting, with this connection. And that just might be the connection. Even especially if we have the intention on a connection being a romantic connection, sometimes it's not supposed to be. Sometimes we do come into each other's lives for other reasons, you know what I'm saying? And what's actually coming up here is success for you too. um and it could be romantic, but it could be as far as career or something like that, but I am seeing success. Oh wow, and the Ten of Swords is here on the bottom of the deck. So you are right. Your sense, your intuitive sense, or what you see or what you pay attention to is correct. That there is pain here still. What's going on? Come on. Okay. Attraction and light flirting is okay. To me, that is the seed. You know what I'm saying? The interest is there. But if this Ten of Swords is on his side, it showed up twice. Ten of Swords is it's like you said, broken, having a very difficult time. You know what I'm saying? Allow him that space to, transform what he's going through. I'm doing well. Come on. Thank you. Did you have a question? Come on. Because I'm about to, do these dishes. Got some things to do today. I hope that helps, Sam. So, your question is the one for you, or will it be someone else? That the ball is kind of like in his court, as as far as transmuting this energy. So it's a big 75% yes, he could be, but it's mostly like on his side of you know going getting transforming the energy of what he's experiencing right now with this pain, because it is deep. Okay, yeah, listen. take it take it from me. Listen, that used to be me. I used to be so egotistical and I didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a Pisces moon in the eighth house area of life. And that's in a nutshell, that's very deep. I have very deep emotions. And I also have a strong intuitive sense. You know what I'm saying? I am delusional sometimes. It'd be right in my face that somebody is not treating me well and I'm allowing it, that somebody is not who they say they are. It is right in my face. But you know what my Piscean moon ass does? Well, 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 let's see if it changes. And I used to force things. I used to know people were lying to my face. Yeah, we're gonna be a family. I'm gonna do this and da 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 da. And my Piscean ass went on that that 0.1 chance that it could happen. All right. And I dragged myself, but I always knew. I always knew. My intuition always knows. But it's like, nope, maybe you're wrong. My intuition be like, all right, it folds its arms. It's like, all right, you want to see? So I cannot get mad at myself for forcing certain things. I used to force, even if I knew they were lying out their mouth. Like I always been like innately, like my North Node is in Cancer. Like my spirit always knew that family, make my own family, creating it was always very important. Being a mother, you know what I'm saying? And even when I knew, like they lying through their teeth, you know what I'm saying? They already got families that they left already, and you think you're gonna be different? You know you ain't gonna be different. I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I'm is. Yes, I'm is. And no, I'm not. No, I'm not. So what do? I have not changed who I am. I am what I am. Okay. I'm gonna go hard. Okay, or whatever. But what has changed, if I cannot be who I am with that person, then I stop. And I've proven that to myself like the last two times. I ain't got no more kids. I ain't got no more kids. No more delusional. Okay. The last time was the last time. I'm I'm about to be 8 years clean of being delusional. I'm proud of myself. Okay, come on. My question is about this guy that I've never seen, never met. Well, he's kind of a virtual friend, but we have stopped talking for the last 1.5 years. Wow, I'm waiting for him to come back. Will he ever? Okay. You're welcome, Sam. You probably have like a lot of. I have a lot of third house placements. Or you showed up with a lot of air. So although and Virgo is analytical, you know what I'm saying. Virgo analyzes. So with your Virgo, and you most likely have like at least some type of air placements or third house placements. It could be hard for you to when it comes to information to just relax without wanting to process it and sort it and things like that. So keep doing good. All right, let's see. Kamal and this secret lover, if you will. Secret lover. Let's see. What is showing up as their connection as it stands right now? No contact for a year and a half, but there is soul recognition. What is happening? How is their connection showing up right now? It's showing up as a burden for you, of course. That's why you asked it about it. Like pretty much you just said, like, I can't, get it out. You think about it all the time and you don't know why, to the point where it's like a burden for you. A burden is like, in some way, you probably have said, like, I don't want to think about this anymore. Like, why am I still thinking about this? It's been a year and a half since we spoke. We haven't even met face to face. We have the moon and the stars in the ring because this is why. It's like it's literally what you said. Like your heart just knows, like your feelings. Okay, like this is it. You got the commitment here and the child. Let me get three more cards about this connection. Okay, it is here. As far at least on your side, you are very right. This is validating your feelings of saying, like, I feel this intense connection, this soul connection. And I was just saying that the star card is like my Aquarius card, and Aquarius is plays out like at a distance. And we can resonate. I can resonate with you in that way. I'm a Leo rising, which means my seventh house of partnerships is in Aquarius, and in some shape, form, or fashion, my intimate partners, we were always at a distance in some way. So it could be hard to deal with Aquarian energy. Um, in an intimate relationship because there is some form of separation there. We have mirroring. All right, so this feeling could absolutely be mutual. Reflection, twin, wholeness, synchronicity abounds. Material world. This is like my Capricorn card. This is my here and now material world card. Money, career, status, third dimension, make your mark. Soulmate. You right. Free will. Community transformation. So to be for real, come on. Oh, he is an Aquarius, yeah. To be for real, I'm not really getting a strong vibe like on his side. I'm about to see what his energy is toward you, but I'm feeling this is mostly you. Like right now, um, you do have the option, or again, like your free will, like you can choose to maybe focus more on, like, and not to say that you haven't been doing it, but I can't say like kind of let this go because this is a strong connection. Like you are right. Like it's here. Okay. If you want to call it twin flame vibes or whatever it is, like, okay. How is this other person? What is this other person's connection or vibe toward Kamal? Are they feeling the same thing? What is going on with them according to right now in reference to Kamal? What is their energy? What can I know? This person could very much be focused on career. This material world card could be their energy. Princess of Cups in reverse. I just got aloof. It's giving sometimes they say, your twin or your person hasn't awakened to your connection yet. And whether it's this person or not, right? This particular person you're talking about, I feel like, your ideal when it comes to a partner or your partner, however you want to put that, with the Page of Cups in reverse, it's kind of like, on their side, it's not there yet, for whatever reason. Everybody, they have their own season for things. And again, with the material world card here, they could be focused on more so on their career, but like in a emotional sense or romantic sense with the Page of Cups. We have justice here. We have partnerships, universe reverse. I kind of feel like for this person right now, for whatever reason, they're choosing not to go there right now. It can be very personal. It has nothing to do with you. Tell me more about this Page of Cups. So it feels like an intentional no contact. But we do have the Justice card here, which is Libra. It is like a seventh house card for me to say, so I wouldn't say that he doesn't see you as a partner at all, but the no contact is intentional. I'm showing him. I'm getting that he's showing up as like a either like for whatever reason, either he doesn't want to or he can't split like his mental space, if you will, like his time. Like he can't think about or deal with romance at this time, and then his career or work. I am getting that this material world is mostly for him. And in some ways, y'all are mirroring each other on that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to work. So this is a soulmate, okay? Maybe one that you should be grateful right now that it was what it was at the time and it didn't sour. I'm not necessarily getting like this is a sour connection. You know, showing up on his side is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So he can right now. It seems that he's focused on a job, working with others. Like right now, it's kind of showing up that collaborations or a job search or working with others is kind of it's funky right now. So with this Two of Swords and the Five of Swords in reverse, it's more like he's leaning toward the right, like the path of least resistance. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the desire nor the want to like argue with anything right now or complicate things. This Five of Swords is showing up as like complicate things. Um, I'm not saying that you're a complication or whatever. Maybe in his experiences, relationships complicate things, and right now he needs to focus more on work or whatever the situation is. So I kind of feel like keeping you at a distance is intentional, and it could be just to keep things from going too bad. If things got a little hairy, to not make it even worse. But that's where I feel like he's at right now. Yeah, he blocked you because he doesn't want to complicate things. And it might be, rude. You know what I'm saying? To block, especially if you haven't given somebody an explanation. Okay, but especially if it has to do with work, sometimes people don't want to say, like, listen, I need a job right now. Things are not good for me right now. They rather not say that, or for whatever reason, you know. Yeah, Aquarius can ghost you for sure. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you feel like they don't need to explain or they can't explain right now. But for that, that's what they do. Separation, distance. But let me get one more card as far as future intentions toward you. Like, does he intend to like keep it this way? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I would say, well, for your sake, especially because the cross came out, this is not worth waiting for. When I get Knight of Pentacles, if it was upright, it would still. This is the Knight of Pentacles is a time card for me to say like at least a year, maybe two. In reverse, it's pretty much like no. I'll see the reason, but with the devil card here, not necessarily to say that he's caught up in some unsavory things. Maybe the devil card is, but this is also Capricorn and career. I really feel like that's his focus right now, and maybe for him it's a long road ahead to the point where when it comes to romance, um or as at least as it relates to you, it's like I can't even think about that right now. I'm not thinking about that right now. Yeah, he's very much focused on his any responsibilities he has that can getting more security for himself, more stability for himself. That's where he's at right now. And when you do pop up, you know what I'm saying? When you pop up, he pushes it like, okay, like I don't have, like I have to focus on this right now. So it is not personal to you. Like I hope you're not taking it like personal, like he doesn't care. It's not really about that. You know what I'm saying? Aquarius is an air sign, you know what I'm saying? A fixed air sign at that. With fixed energy, it is what it is. Okay? Especially if their his focus has to be on his own stability right now because that's what's showing up as needing very absolutely the most attention. Like what do I even want for myself? You know what I'm saying? I need to figure out how to get things moving. That's where he's at right now. Yeah, Ten of Cups reverse, Judgment in reverse. Like as far as he's concerned, um, like what you had, like that's what it was. Like, and I feel your side. Like you are not wrong. A strong soulmate in your life. It's just that at this time, he's focused on, his material world, his stability, his career, and I don't think that's a bad thing for you. Like if you do cross paths again in the future, of course you would want him, stable. You know what I'm saying? Especially if a family is something that is in your future or whatever the situation is, if he already has one or if you already have one or you make together, whatever it is. Um, he doesn't want to be in split energy having to choose this or that. You know what I'm saying? With this here Two of Swords. He's going to Five of Swords in reverse, not complicate things. Let's see subconsciously. Let me get my masculine deck. It's been a little minute. I got my divine masculine oracle cards here. So when it comes to his higher self or ethereal type messages, what is his messages for you? Let me get three cards. What's the messages that he has? Energetically, what can he say to you? So we have masculine shadow. Masculine is the action taker. Masculine is air and fire. So when it comes to the mental space, when it comes to inspired action, he's saying there's some shadow things there. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like when it comes to your feminine, it's not going to mesh well, right? This is a very self-directed, self-focused vibe here, and that doesn't have to be mad, but that's where he's at. Okay. We got friendship. Okay, and Aquarius. Um, if he is an Aquarius, like like you think or whatever, that is social circle, friendships. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, the connection would have to be a more platonic connection, considering what he's focused on. And we do have boredom. So yeah, I would say like, don't wait for him and do your best to like cleanse his his vibe from yours and really appreciate what you did have when you had it. Like, you established the connection. And at this point, um, he got some things that he's focused on. All right. But that's what I have. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and spending time. I hope that helped, come on. All right. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.